Hello there, my name is Matt from ClickBid, and I want to walk through a few of the changes that we're rolling out in the coming days. We did a little bit of work on the EventStream service. We improved a few things and added a few small features that I just want to go over so that you have a really good understanding of what should be rolling out. The first thing I want to show you is the welcome screen. You'll notice that I have a new alert on the screen that says my EventStream is filtering viewers. And what we want to do is just bring to your attention that if you're using our EventStream service and you're doing a broadcast, you have the option under the Make Changes page of filtering who can see your live broadcast. This can be great for doing a dry run. You can determine which bidder numbers you'd like to see the broadcast. You can filter on bidders. You can also filter on tables. Typically, you would want this set to public. What we've seen in the past is that people will set the filter on bidders so they can do a dry run, and then they forget to switch it back to public, and they find out after a few minutes, people report in saying they can't see the broadcast, and they realize, oops, we forgot to switch it back. So we put that on the home screen so that you can see it when you log in, just as a reminder that, hey, you know what, we have a few filters going right now. The next thing I want to show you is related to the Event Central page. And if I go to Butler, and then I go to Manage Your Event Stream. One of the biggest things that we added the ability to run your appeal item similarly to how you've done it with in-person events in the past, meaning your auctioneer was able to tell people, we're going to start at $5,000 and we're going to give I need 5 people to give $5,000, and then we're going to go down to $2,500, and that way you can limit the ability to give to those increments so the auctioneer or the MC stays in sync with everybody who's watching the program. So what I want to do is simulate that. If I go to Manage Your Event Stream and then I choose Donation Items and I activate the appeal, just like we used to do, what happens today is that it tells you to close your window, click the Donate button, and choose an amount that you'd like to give. But I'm actually going to start a test broadcast. I want to open up my bid site. It's going to show the video that's broadcasting. It'll pop up automatically. And if I press the Give Live button, it will bring up the appeals to our cause that we are raising money for. That's the name of the item. And right now, the total raised is $250, and I can give $5,000. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I now have the option to make that anonymous. If I don't want people to see my name, I can say yes, and then it says thank you for your generosity, and it updates with I donated $5,000 and the total raised is now $5,250. And you can see if I jump back over to my EventStream page, you can see that $5,000 has been given. If I want to switch it now, we're going to move to $2,500. I can turn off the $5,000 and turn on the $2,500. And now you'll see that the button has updated to $2,500. People can give it that amount. So let's see. I'll give it anonymous, and then I'll say $2,500. It'll show me now we're at $7,500 that I've given. And if I go to anonymous here, you can see that anonymous gave it $2,500. And as the person that's running the event stream, they can listen to the auctioneer. We put the video feed in a kind of a hidden state. You can show it or hide it. We made it a little bit smaller just so that it wasn't taking up too much space. You'll also notice that the chat is missing, but we did move it down here to the bottom right. Down here, if you press chat, it brings up the chat, and I can now see the chats here, and I can close that. I can open it and close it as I wish. And then lastly, you'll also see that I have a new confidence display option. What we've done now is if you wanted to send the confidence display to an auctioneer, you only need their email address or their phone number. If I type that in and press send, we are going to send a link directly to the auctioneer so that they don't need to log in. They don't need to know a password. They just have to tap on a link in a text or an email, and they can load this confidence display on their phone, on their tablet, and it will show them everything you see here just on their device. Historically, you had to log in. Now you just get an automatic link and it takes you right to that page without having to log in. It's a more secure way of doing it because now I don't have to give my auctioneer access to my admin, and all they see is this live auction and live appeal screen. and they can watch donations come in. The other nice thing is the auctioneer doesn't have to be in the same room. You don't have to coach them through something. I can just send it to them as a text. So that's a very cool new feature. That is the gist of the features that we have added into the system. I'm going to just take a few more minutes in this and go into a little bit of some kind of best practices. But if what you're looking for is just a few of the quick, bigger picture features, then you could probably stop here. What I did want to call out is, as you can see here, the broadcast window is a little bit bigger. We actually increased this for the desktop to tablet. You can see now, instead of being smaller, it's definitely bigger, and it still fits with the appeal item, the live auction, and so on. You can still chat down here in the bottom left, and so on. One thing that does happen now that we are allowing you to run the appeal one increment at a time. Notice you can also turn on the other option, and that will show I can give $2,500 or I can choose another dollar amount. So, you can turn those on and off. It's at your discretion now. This was a much requested feature within our platform. But what happens is we didn't want to remove the donate button, because if you remember, historically, we've always had, if I close these windows, move my broadcast over, we always have this donate button, and you can choose. This is what we've seen for years, is the options to bid or to give, other, display as anonymous, and so on. We didn't want to remove that because some organizations don't want to use this give live. Notice it says give live. If I was, bidding live, I could press bid live and it would show that. And then when I move to donation items, give live, it changes to give live. Now, the donate button does not go away. Best practice, what I would recommend is if you choose to use the give live option, then what you can do is go back into your admin, and you can go to your appeal item and you can set it to invisible. So now if I set my item to invisible, you'll notice that the donate button will go away. If I wanted to make a donation, the only way I could do it is during the actual appeal, during the live auction. So what is this for? This is for events that have a live auctioneer that's going to be doing a live dedicated period of time for a fund in need. And so what I can do is, when that time comes, as I'm doing my broadcast, I can say, okay, folks, it is time for the appeal. Even if I'm not doing a live auction, I can say, folks, you're going to see a give live button show up, and all the spotter had to do was press the donation items and then click on the item to load it up. I'm going to start at 5,000. You're going to see a give live button under the menu. Just go ahead and press that, and we're going to start at $5,000. Now, there won't be any confusion between, well, do I press give live or donate? At the end of the day, it wouldn't matter. If they gave through the donate button or if they gave through the give live, it wouldn't matter. The money would all come into the same place and people could check out the exact same way. But if you're looking to steer people, then the give live button would be the way to go, and then you would set the appeal item to invisible. So that's kind of a best practice, is you can use invisible to hide the donate button, and then you control when people give during the live portion of your event by pressing donation items and then choosing the item itself. If you want people to give throughout the event without making it a specific point in time, then just leave the auction item set to active and it will show the entire time of the event. So if you have any questions, we're always here to help. We want to make this an incredible event for you and be extremely helpful, as helpful as possible, so that you have just a wonderful experience and you raise a lot of money for your charity. Thanks a lot, and we will talk soon.